Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the suspension rod kit in a Whirlpool washer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For the job, we're going to need a 4-inch nut driver, a flat blade screwdriver, and a holding strap. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new suspension rod kit. The suspension rod kit consists of 4 suspension rods, 4 bearings, and 4 inserts. The spring-loaded suspension rods help to keep the washer balanced during the wash and spin cycles. If you notice that tub is sagging on one side, banging on the cabinet, it's time to check and replace all 4 suspension rods, bearings, and inserts. We're going to start the repair with taking out a couple of 4-inch screws at the back that holds the top. So if you noticed, we left that the bottom screws in. The hinge is supposed to be attached to the body. Okay, let's open the lid, and then we're going to pull the top forward. I'm going to place my knee in the middle, and I'm going to pull and lift. And I'm going to place it down. Now I'm going to lift the top slowly, and then I'm going to install this holding strap. Hook it up here, and hook it up here. And let go of the top. Now we can work. This washer has 4 suspension rods. I'm going to move the top to the side and grab the rod and pull up. Then I'm going to turn that bearing, pull it down, turn it so we can remove the rod. And slowly I'm going to put it down. Then I can press up the insert from inside. Now we're at the back of the washer, and we need to remove this rear access panel. 4-inch screwdriver, and we need to take a few 4-inch screws out. We're going to remove this panel. We're going to pull up the rod. I'm going to use the flat blade screwdriver. We're going to press in that tab here at the back, and I'm going to push in the bottom insert. And now we can slide the suspension rod. This is the old suspension rod next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from AppliancePartsPros.com. All right, I'm going to bring in a new suspension rod. We're going to slide that in through this cutout, and we're going to pull it up so the insert will be locked in. Just like that. Slide this down, and I'm going to let it hang, and we're going to go from the top, and we're going to install it. Now we're going to place an insert and push it down so it will lock. And prepare the bearing. All right, I'm going to pull up the rod, insert it into this opening, and then I'm going to install the bearing and turn it 90 degrees. And we can let it down. The rest of the rods would be installed at the top the same way. To remove the other rear suspension rod, I'm going to remove the rod from the clamp. And I'm going to pull it up and disengage it at the top. Slowly down. All right, so we have here this insert. Okay, now we're going to use the flat blade screwdriver. We're going to press down the tab and push down the insert. And I'm going to slide down the rod and put it through the cutout. We're going to slide the new suspension rod in top first, then we're going to the bottom. We're going to slide that through, and I'm going to pull up on the rod so the insert will lock into position. And I'm going to slide this shield down a little more, about that much, and then we're going to pull that at the top and install it. I'm going to put a new insert, and I'm going to hold a new bearing, and I'm going to pull up on the rod. Yeah, I'm going to put it through the cutout, install the bearing, and turn it 90 degrees, and let the rod down. Slide this seal to the bottom, and we're going to lock the rod into this clip. Now we're going to lower down the top and the lead. Alright, this is time to install the rear access panel. We're going to place those two tabs at the bottom into these cutouts in the chassis. Then I'm going to bring this up, and then there's a little post here, goes right in this cutout, and this tab goes into cutout. So this will assure that we have all the holes matching. Now I'm going to install these corner screws first. Those are 1/4" screws. Alright, I'm going to lift up the top, open the lid slowly, and again we're going to hook up this strap, the holding strap, and let it slowly down there. Okay. Alright, I'm going to push the top aside as far as you can and squeeze your arm in, pull up on the suspension rod. I'm going to turn the bearing and release it. I'm going to slowly let the rod through, and I'm going to push out this insert. Now I'm going to remove the second front suspension rod, but before doing that I would like to give you a choice. If you're strong enough to pull the top up when I'm going to hook up the new rod, you can do two of them at the same time, or if you kind of think you probably not be able to pull it up, then you can do one at a time. I'll show you how to do both at the same time. And go let it down slowly, and we're going to pull up this insert. Now we're going to lower down the top and close the lid. And we're going to tilt the washer on its back. I'm going to place a support at the back with a towel on it. And the drain hose should be out of the way, and the power cord out of the way. So I'm going to tape the lid down and the top at the same time. So I'm going to tilt the washer back slowly. Make sure it's not going anywhere. I'm going to explain you what I'm going to do there up inside, because it's very difficult to film that because of the limited space. So that would be our old insert, bottom insert, and it has two tabs, and the chance that the tab is in the open where I can reach it is probably about 50%. So you have to put your hand there, kind of feel where the tab is, and if it's not in the open, you need to turn it, and when it's out, just press it in and pull out the insert. Okay, I'm gloved up again, and And I'm going up, and I am turning that bottom insert so I can push on the tab. And I'm pushing the tab down, and here this insert. Next, I'm going to slide the rod through the cutout, and there we go. So we're gonna insert this rod through the cutout into the mount. Then I'm gonna lift up this blue insert and press it in so these tabs on the side will lock. Then we're going to pull this up and adjust this rubber shield a couple of inches above that insert, about that much. All right, so I'm going to slide the new suspension rod into cutout, and then I'm going to lift up and lock the insert, the blue insert. And push it up and lock it in. You heard the click. Then I'm going to lower down this rubber shield. About a couple of inches above this, the mounting. All right, and now we can go to the left side one. So repeat the procedure. I'm moving the tab in the open space here so I can press it down, and pressing it down, and now again that insert is free, and I can move out the rod through the cutout. All right, and this rod goes in, and slide it into the cutout, and I'm going to lift up the blue insert, push it up, hear the click, it's locked. Then I'm going to slide down the rubber shield, and again a couple of inches above the mount. Let's bring the washer upright. Gonna remove the tape, lift the lid up, and we're going to lift the top. All right, make sure that the strap is still intact. And next, we're going to lift up and install the front suspension rods. I'm going to install both inserts by pushing it down. And now we're going to lift up the rod, and I'm going to install this bearing, turn it around 90 degrees, and let it go. You may need the second person to hold the tub in the upper position when you're sliding on the bearing. Now then, pull this through, hold it, and put the bearing on. And I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and let it down. Right now, I'm going to remove that strap. And lower down the top and the lid. I'm going to pull the top forward. All right, so it has to lock, and then we can push it back. And now we can secure the top at the back with a couple of 1/4-inch screws. Plug the washer in and make sure it runs good. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.